Hello my little minions and welcome back to another exciting TheKillerNacho Wi-Fi battle. So I have a battle here with a guy named Tigratikus from YouTube, and I'm actually testing out, remember last video I said I'm going to test out some new guys and stuff. I'm battling a guy called Tigratikus who is using a team I think that he said he was testing for an all Gen 5 team, so that's pretty interesting. This is a Dusk Noir created by PK Sparks, my friend from YouTube, who said, use this Dusk Noir, you won't be disappointed or something. But anyway, I decided to use it as a lead, because I decided to try my hand at a stall team. I'm not really the offensive type of the defensive type of person. I prefer offensive Pokemon, typically. But, you know, maybe it'll work out. But, yeah, I just kind of go for the Will-O-Wisp, see what he'd do. And he ends up poisoning me with Toxic. So, right off the bat, you kind of see that this guy, he doesn't really stick to like the standard sets like you see on Smogon or other websites, which is I mean, you can argue that, yeah, that means that he's probably not using the most effective sets, but I mean, I hate playing people sometimes like this because sometimes they're just really unpredictable, and that can just screw you over in itself. Like I was not expecting Toxic coming from an Electros. But anyway, so he goes out into his Jelly, and he's going to go Shadow Ball. I was kind of expecting not Shadow Ball, obviously, because I go out into Celebi. I think I was trying to take the Water move or something. I don't know. Anyway, so he goes out into Braviary. Yeah, I think that's it, Braviary. And it's like a new flying Gen 4 Pokemon, you know. He ends up going for the U-turn. I was kind of expecting the, you know, the flying move, because that would hurt, but U-turn would hurt a lot too. And this allows him to go out into his Emboar against my Registeel, which is not good. I do not want to take a fire or a fighting move, so I decided just to go out into my Dusk Noir, hoping it was a fighting move. He ends up going for the Flare Blitz, which is a pretty good play for him, and that's going to really mess up Dusk Noir, because Dusk Noir is just not as bulky as his little brother Dusclops. Although he can use leftovers, so that's like a benefit. Although this one is Toxic Poison, and there's nothing really I can do about that. So I decided to just go for the I kind of expected him to stay in here and kill me with Flare Blitz, so I just go for a Pain Split, hoping that I could like live or something, but he ends up switching, so that was great for me, because I end up getting some health back. But then, for some reason, I think he's going to U-turn again, because I don't really know if Braviary can like do anything to me. He ends up going for the, yeah, that move. Brave Bird. So, yeah, Braviary using Brave Bird. That makes some sense. And that's going to do a lot of damage to Dusk Noir, and that wastes my awesome play with the Pain Split, so that sucks. But anyway, player kill, I guess I decided to name it just because, you know, it has the initials PK, and I got it from PK Spark, so thanks, buddy. Not to mention, player kill is just a term in gaming when you kill another player in an MMO, so I don't know, sounded neat. So, I go into Registeel, yeah, and I set up my Stealth Rocks because I just wanted to set them up just to, he's been switching a lot, so I wanted to get a lot of residual damage when he does that. Not to mention that Braviary will be, like, really weak when it comes back in. But he ends up going Whirlwind, which was unexpected, and he Whirlwinds me out into my Skarmory, which, by the way, is the Swords Dance Skarmory I was talking about. I actually made one, so that's awesome. I just go for a Rock Slide because I kind of figured he'd either stay in or go for the Whirlwind again. So that's what I decided to do, and it killed him, so that's good. So anyway, this is a dual status Electros, which is also unexpected. He ends up paralyzing my Registeel when I switch it in, so I mean, that's not really so bad since Registeel is like slow as crap anyway, but whatever. So anyway, he goes on to Emboar. I decided just to go for the yeah, Seismic Toss to see what he'd go into, or just get damage on whatever. And I know I can probably survive a Flare Blitz, so I decided to stay in because I really want to paralyze this Emboar, because looking at my team, this thing could, like, destroy my walls, just because firefighting. This team would have actually a lot of problems with Infernape as well. I mean, it just kind of, like, ripped through my team like a hot knife through butter, so that's one of the problems I have to fix if I ever use this team again, which I probably won't. But, yeah, so Emboar, I stay in because I want to get a T-Wave off, but I end up getting Parahax myself, so that's just terrible for me. And that sucks. So anyway, So he -1 speeds himself, so now I don't have to worry really about Earthquake. I kind of expect him to switch, and I'm right. He does try to switch. I get a layer of Toxic Spikes, and I want to get the second layer off, because looking at his team, he only has one Levitator or Flyer, and the rest of them seem to be pretty bulky. So if I can just like get some Toxic up and then be able to stall him out, that would be great. Because, like I said, none of his team is really immune to it except for his Hydreigon, which he hasn't gone into yet. But yeah, Toxic will definitely help with the Stealth Rocks and whatever. So anyway, now he goes out into this thing, which he hasn't gone into yet. It's like the Grass Monkey evolution that I have no idea what its name is, but I'm sure I will look it up after the battle. Not that it really matters. I hate the monkey guys. I just think they're stupid, but whatever. So I'm pretty confident that my Skarmory can wall this thing, so I decided to go into it just to try to set up my Swords Dance, so that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I used Skarmory in a few test battles before this. He's working out pretty nice. I mean, he does stuff in this battle, too. You'll see in a minute. But I think the biggest reason this thing works is because of its ability, the Sturdy, because whenever they try to go into, like, this special fire guy, I have a Swords Dance up, or sometimes even two when he goes into it. Then I can just like nail him, survive with 1 hit point from his fire attack, and just destroy whatever he's using. So it's actually been working out pretty well. Normally I get a KO or two with Skarmory, so that's always good. Anyway, I get up a Swords Dance. I decide just to go for a Drill Peck, hoping he'd go out into the Emboar, but he does not. He goes out into the Hydreigon again. Or, sorry, not again. He goes into Hydreigon the first time. I don't want to take a Fire move, and I was kind of expecting just any special move, maybe a Draco Meteor. I decided to go out into Tentacruel to take, and my Water Rape, since, yeah, it's a tentacle monster in the water. Get it. So I just go for an Ice Beam to hit the Hydreigon. He ends up going into this Leaf Monkey thing, which is great for me, obviously, because Ice Beam does just as much as that, maybe even more, because I don't think it has good special defense, although I might be wrong. I mean, it did do a lot to it, so I don't know. Anyway, so here's Jellicent again. And Jellicent takes the Toxic, so that is great. That means that this wall is not going to give me some trouble. He goes for a Recover as I go into Scrafty. I think my last battle with Night Storm, he used one, and I was really impressed with it, despite it being stupid looking, and I promised myself I probably would never use one. But I decided to use one because, yeah, I liked how it played, even though it looks stupid. I guess I'll have to deal with it since, like, all the Gen 5 Pokemon look stupid. But anyway, so I know he's going to switch, and even if he does have the Will-O-Wisp, I'm not really afraid of it, because if he does use Will-O-Wisp, I do have that ability that gives you a 30% chance to get rid of your status at the end of each turn. I think it's like, oh, I forget what it's called. It's like Shed Skin, that's the one. But after a bulk up, I'm pretty sure I can live a Hammer Arm, and I do, so I'm going to now get the kill with Drain Punch, and I actually take the Hammer Arm pretty nicely, all things considered, because I am a bulky piece of shit. That is the name that I gave this Pokemon, because, well, that's what it is. Bulky piece of crap. So here comes a Gornich, and it's coming back, and I kind of expected him to use like a Draco Meteor, but he just used Flamethrower again. I guess he was hoping for the burn, although, like I said, I mean, it would just have been an inconvenience. I would just have to, like, wait out the, stupid Jellicent. But yeah, I do have Crunch, so that's going to get rid of the Jellicent. He ends up having the I forget what move it's called. I think, oh, Water Spout. He has Water Spout, so this is like an offensive Jellicent, which can really screw people over if they're not prepared for it. I mean, it actually did a lot of damage to my Celebi earlier with Shadow Ball, so it kind of tipped me off then that it was kind of offensive. But Water Spout actually does a decent chunk, but it does not kill. I get off the Crunch, and that is good game. So that was a fun match. Tigratikus, we both were testing out some stuff, definitely. Like I said earlier in the battle, it's always difficult to use people who like vary from standard sets, just because you never know what they're going to do, and sometimes a Pokemon uses like a move, and you're like, I didn't even know they learned that move, even if you're not using the most effective sets. I mean, sometimes they're just good like that. Although I liked how this stall team played. Definitely, you know, I would have a problem with Infernape and pretty much every fire fighting type. So that's unfortunate. Okay, so let's think of a question of the day for you people. I'm feeling in a different kind of mood. So today's question of the day is, what is your favorite Mexican food? Is it, like me, a nacho, cheesy and delicious? Or perhaps you like tacos, like Bob's Funland of Tacos? You be the judge. What is your favorite Mexican food? If you don't like Mexican food, just answer that. Anyway, peace out, home slices. I will see you guys again later. Alright, peace. Bye.